Welcome to the next video on my YouTube channel, and in today's video I will walk you through the process of building a high converting store, which you also name like a winning store, which push your conversion rate to up to 6 to 8 to 10%, where you can make more money just by having a good store. To break down who I am, so basically this is like a little case study I mentioned in the video 1, where I was able to do $50,000 in just 3 days. And as you can see, we started with like a 2.97 CVR, but increased it up to like 4%. The reason why our conversion rate wasn't that high on this store is because we scaled very fast. So as you can see, we had even like 20,000 sessions in day 3, which is way more than usually. And basically one of the biggest issues that people have when it comes to being a beginner is that when you start your whole journey and building your store, you try to focus on making it very beautiful. But the issue is that having a beautiful store doesn't mean that your store is good. More important is like the psychology behind your store, and I will break down this whole process today so you can learn what a good store looks like and why is it good. So we also learn the why and how you can implement it into your store. So if I scroll down quickly, I created like the little beginning of the page. So basically guys, always if you have a store, try to start with an urgency of FOMO. FOMO means fear of missing out. So as example, if you create something like Memorial Day sale, New Year's sale, Valentine's sale, and you have a timer next to it, people will feel urgent because they feel like if they don't buy today, they're probably missing something. And this feeling of maybe today I'm missing something lead to more sales because they think like, oh, this offer is so good, because a winning store is only a winning store if the offer is good as well. So let's say you have the best store, the best psychology, but your pricing is very bad. No matter how good your store, you will never make sales. So let's say you have a very good offer, and now people will think like, oh, this beautiful offer will end today, maybe I will buy it. And this is why we start with urgency. So if we start with urgency on our store, we give people like this feeling of missing something. And this is what we try to implement, because with the ads, you need to think about it this way. When we're doing dropshipping, most of the products are products that solve a problem. But even if those products solving a problem, the biggest issue that we still have is that all these problem solution products aren't real problems that people have in the day-to-day life. We create those problems. A good example for this is the makeup brush cleaner. So everybody can just wash their makeup with water. They don't need this brush cleaner machine. But because we talk about like, hey, it is so easy to use, and if you wash it normally, you don't wash it properly, we create a problem which isn't really a problem. And by creating this problem, we need to now give an offer where our customer thinks like, oh, if I don't buy today, I will probably miss something very important out. And that's why we start always with an urgency. And when it comes to urgency, you don't only need to have like a timer. You can even add something like limited sale ends today. You can even add any other type of urgency. Something that I always use for my store bits, as example, after like the logo, I will always have like a little section where I will write something like see results or get your money back, or something like 30-day money back guarantee. Why? Because the whole reason behind a winning store is creating this feeling of FOMO and at the same time giving them trust. It's the same, you can think of it like in crypto. So basically, all of you guys know, okay, investing in Bitcoin is good. Why? Because Bitcoin already built trust. And if you now see that a lot of people speak about Bitcoin and it already raised from like 20k now to 50, as an example, all of you will think, no, I missed something, and before it's go even higher, I will go and tap in. And this is the same thing we want to create, because most of the people, if you compare now Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana to a few meme coins, the market is way smaller. Why? Because there is less trust. And this is why for us with our store, we try to build like trust for our customers. When our customer try to go on a website and buy, they will see like, oh yeah, they're feeling secured and safe and probably buy. And yeah, so after you have like your product images, the next thing that will come that I always use is like product templates, because I think it's better to even have a preview. So it will look more like a legitimate brand, which helps you, because the whole purpose of a winning store is to create a store which has like a unique and brand identity. By this, people will feel like more secured. Let's say as example, your store will have the color red, green, blue, black, white. People will think like, this doesn't look serious, because if I check brands as 4Chicks, JV Coffee, Bleem, they always have one color scheme that they follow. And this is what your goal is as well. You want to follow one certain colorway and like one certain color table, and you want to use it for all of your stores. So when we talk about all of your stores, we mean as example for your icons, for the banner color, for the behind the product images. So you will try to use it all the time with everywhere. Now, after the product templates, you have your product name. When it comes to product name, your product name can be very different, so you don't need to think of it like, oh, your product name needs to be like only the product name. Something that converts a lot, if you have like let's say, solution product. So for the sake of this tutorial, I would take 4chicks as an example. 4chicks has this product called eyelash growth serum. So it's a serum that you can use on your eyelashes for them to grow. So you can, example, name your product like eyelash growth serum or something like eyelashy. You create like a unique name. Then you can make a little line and write next to it as example, get fuller lashes in 30 days. Something like this. And this is how you can build up even naming the benefit in your product title and your product name. After this, always add reviews. So for the people who are thinking like, oh, okay, but how do we know how many reviews we have? You can always ask the supplier. So let's say you're working with your private agent, you can even ask him, and he can even provide you like numbers, because this Chinese database where they putting the products from, they have also reviews there. So it's not for every product, but probably you will find it for like a lot of products. So you don't need to feel like, oh, I don't want to lie. No, you don't need to lie. And even for you, most of the products you can just search on AliExpress, go on Amazon, because they will sell the same. So if you see there is a product on Amazon having certain reviews, you can just implement it. Yeah, so after having like the reviews, the next thing that makes your store a little bit more branded is like having a little text. The first example here is from the store Bleem, and what we can see here is this example, shave armpits, legs, face and bikini area without painful waxing or razor cuts ever again. So we're naming the benefit of our product. So as example, you can shave anywhere, and at the same time we name the problem that you have with other razor. But at the same time, as example with the eyelash growth serum, as example, we can see they have like something like get fuller and healthier eyelashes in 30 days. So the whole purpose of this point was just naming a big benefit. Something that people feel like, oh yeah, I can get results fast. And this is the difference between two products. So only because both products solve the problem on the other product is way more important than the other, because with the eyelash growth serum, we're promising our customer something to become better. So we tell them like, you will see a difference. And by this difference, we sell them the dream of getting it fast. But with the Bleem razor, as example, we don't sell any benefits. We just sell as example that, hey, you don't ever cut again. You can just raise without having fear of cutting yourself. So this is like the whole other point. And now that we scroll down, you will see like the main benefits. So with the main benefits, you will have like emoji benefits, or you can use icon benefits. For the icon, something that I always use is like you can just go on Google Icon, and because of downloading it there, you can even select the color, and at the same time, all your icons will have the same size. So it will align everything properly. If you doesn't find good icons, you can also create them by yourself. So if you're very good in like designing and stuff, you can do as well. But if you're not that good in designing, or you don't want to waste too much time, you can even use the emoji benefit. So there is no point. So even if your product is sold to like older people, you can use emoji benefits, but icons would be easier for them. Even if it's just like checkmark icons, it's way easier to sell to like older people. And yeah, with the main benefits, the reason why we're naming it is, you can think of it this way. The most important part on our store is literally because we guide people to our product page, not to the home page. That's why the homepage at all is not important at all. Most of the people don't even visit your website, like your homepage. They will just stay at the product page, or they will be gone. And that's why for us, as example, when we want to grow now our store organically and we want to level it up, one of the most important things is this example that we try to give them all the benefits with the first look. But at the same time, we try to make the add to cart button do not look too far away. So what I mean by this is, we have main benefits. Let's say there are certain benefits that are very good for people, and if they see this will lead to most of the conversions. In this case, our whole purpose and our whole goal is to name these benefits in a short way so everybody can instantly see all the benefits. And before we move on, if you now take a look, we start with creating FOMO. So we're giving them this opportunity, this feeling of, maybe I'm missing something out. After naming the product and the reviews, you will name them a problem that we solve. And after this, we name them again benefits. So in this short time frame, we created so many psychological things that in their head, they will feel more secured. Because in the beginning, we're telling them like, hey, you know this sale will end today. And after, instead of saying again something about the sale, we start talking about how good the product is to create this feeling of FOMO even higher. And you can think of it this way. Imagine I would tell you, hey guys, I get a signal from like a big crypto whale who was talking about investing into a certain meme coin. You wouldn't believe me. But if I would now tell you about like the group, who is in there, who posted this, when, how you can see it, how you can find it, you will believe me now. So your fear of missing this whale play is way higher than if I just tell you like, yeah, the whale told me. And this is the same psychological blueprint that we use here. We create this feeling of FOMO and eager, and we increase this feeling by naming how good the stuff that we sell is, by showing the problems that we solve and at the same time naming benefits. So if you take a look here at the benefits, we can see that as example we have enjoy silky smooth skin. So we're naming here with the Bleem benefits that they will have a big benefit out of it. But after we name something like eliminate ingrown hairs, so we name a problem that gets solved. Now we have as example no more strawberry legs, so we're naming again something that people are looking for, which is cool. So instead of talking about something like in a bad way like eliminate, we just say no more, so you don't need it. And after we say again pain free, so we're just naming so many benefits that we name in one, just like with 7 or 5 emojis, we name every issue that people probably have and our problem solved. And this is what makes our product so valuable for all of these people without us needing to explain. Imagine just like 4 to 5 words are enough to make somebody feel like, yeah, this is what I need. And now after this we come to our offer, and our offer is very important, because when it comes to offer we have like different ideas in mind. What I mean by different ideas, as example we have offers, as example as you can see here on the Bleem page we have like the 1 pack, but if you buy 2 you get as example a free body scrub. So this is something which we call like not like in BOGO, but it's like an offer where we offer them like for increasing the amount that they buy, they're getting something for free, and this is how we can increase the AOV. And with the 4 chicks they did something similar, so they created this margin of 1 bottle cost $24, 2 cost 21.5, 3 cost 19, and 4 cost 17. So even there is like a quantity discount, but at the same time they're naming that you get free gifts for each one. So after using 2 you will get a first gift, with 3 you get your second gift, and with 4 you get 3 gifts. And now another thing that they used to work with is, as example, if you take a look, they don't mention the price for the 4 bottles. They mention how much each bottle costs, because now it looks way less and way better, because you can think in the psychology you will think like, I can get 1 bottle for $24, but I can save like closely like $7 if I just buy 4, and I will need it anyway because it's working. So, and this is how you can increase your AOV very hard. And now before we come to the buy button, we can use something like here, like in stock limited units available. Why? So when we do something like limited units available, or we can even create like this button in red with the red text, we create again this feeling of FOMO, and we do it exactly above the buy button. So before somebody's thinking of buying, here we get again the benefit, like this feeling of FOMO, like, oh no, I might miss something out because they only have limited units available. And after we have the add to cart, something that we always use is like payment options, because this gives people security. If they feel like, oh, they even offer Google Pay, Apple Pay, MasterCard, PayPal, Klarna, they will feel like, oh, they're offering all the different payment modes. This needs to be real. They will feel more secured because you're offering so many payment options. And now something that you can use as example under the payment options, you can add something like wanted by Thursday. Why? We create another feeling of FOMO by saying like, hey, if you want it earlier, just order within the next 2 hours and you will get it. And the shipping time is always very close, so we talk about 3 to 4 days, and this is how people feel like, oh yeah, this is something that will benefit me if I just buy it now. And after this, as example with the Bleem page, you can see free shipping from US and 30-day guarantee. So we're giving, before they can just, when they scroll down to the buy button, they will see like, oh, 30-day guarantee. And so we create this feeling of they feeling secured, and they have like this trust that, oh, okay, so everything is good. And now when it comes to like the Q&A section, this is something you can always do. If you use the Shrine team named collapsible rows, you just create them, make the most important questions. Let's say your product has like a lot of different like ingredients and everything, you can just name them, and always at the end something like 30-day money back guarantee, and then write a little text like very sweet, maybe use even emoji like a star emoji or a heart emoji, and talk about that those people, if they buy something and they don't like it, they can get their money back, no question asked. And now by seeing this, of course your store will go even in more detail and there will be more sections, but for this video my goal was to explain you like the most important section in your product page. And as you can see here, the 3 main things that we really wanted to create with the store is, 1, we wanted to build trust. We wanted to give the customer a feeling of being secured, so they don't need to fear of getting scammed. And the first thing is that we created urgency, so the customer feels like they're missing out if they don't buy today. And the reason why in our current time, when it comes to 2025, we need so much trust on our store with all naming benefits, mentioning that we have a money back guarantee is, you know, in 2015, when dropshipping get like the first ball rolling, a lot of people making good money with dropshipping and e-com in general, just having a website was very unique. So if you had like nowadays you would take a look at these websites and you would feel like, oh, they are so bad. But back in the days, it was literally enough. You didn't care about like having animations or anything. Just having a website was so good. But nowadays, people know what dropshipping is. People know that there is people online scamming. Everybody is aware of scam. And to avoid those, what we are doing is creating this brand identity by using same colors all the time, using a color scheme, because with this, we can make sure that our customer feels secure, because they will think like, oh yeah, this is not looking like a scam, because this is looking like a real brand. And this is what we try to create. So when we talk about branded dropshipping, it's the same thing as normal dropshipping. The only difference is that we build this feeling of we are a brand. And with this feeling of we are a brand, we can slowly transform into a real brand without even people noticing that we wasn't one before. And yeah, these are like the most important things that you need to focus on when it comes to your store. And if you like to see how you can build these type of stores, you can just leave a like in the video, subscribe and comment. And I will upload a video where I will explain you and show live completely how I built the store from scratch. So from the beginning until the end, and I will show you like how to add the custom, like the timer at the top of the website, how to do like the product templates, what kind of product titles. So as example, for the sake of this tutorial, I might even use like the 4Chick product, so the eyelash growth serum, and I hope you will see the video and you will learn from it, and you can just copy the store build and increase your CVR. Yeah guys, thank you very much for listening, and seeing you in the next one.